Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Before we do your reading, we're going to do a little I Spy. I spy with my little eye something that is cute and fluffy. Lily came to lay on the couch. So anyways, hi, Leo. I'm going to look at your past, present, and future energies, Leo, and I'm going to do it with some different decks. Use some different decks. You're going to get different decks in this reading. We're going to start with my Elki Shihu deck, Oracle, and we're going to look at that just one main card. Well, who knows? I say that Spirit often has a different plans. Anyways, we're going to look at past, present, future energy, and then going into, I don't know why I picked this deck up so many times. It really calls to, you know what, it speaks to me a lot. And sometimes it's just like a harsh. Some of the messages in here can be harsh. The Tarot of Positive Clarity. And Teeny Tiny Everyday Witch. If I need to clarify. I don't always. But you know, if you know me, I like to. So, my Pussycat Nation, we're going to get started. There will be an extended. If you're drawn to it, the link will be at the top of the description within this video. So cute. So fluffy. All right. Leo, pussycats. I'm still getting over my cold. I'm, she's cute. She's just like a little fluff muffin. Oh, for anyone who's curious, she's a Coton de Toulier. I don't know, I never say it right. I was walking, it was a couple weeks ago we were walking. We have so many interesting conversations with people that we meet. It was a husband and wife walking. They had a little brown dog, like one of those like little cockapoo mixes. And they're looking at Lily and they're saying, such an interesting little dog. What is she? And a lot of people mistaken her for a Maltese. She's not a Maltese. And so I said, she's a Coton de Toulier. And the lady's like, what? And then I started talking to the husband. And I said, you know, like coton, like cotton in French. And de Toulier, the port in Madagascar, where the breed was rediscovered. And so the wife pipes up and she says, oh, coton, she says it like in perfect French. And the husband laughs and he says, she's a French teacher. So if you don't say it right, she won't. It's like, you feel like this big. I can't, says she's a cotton. She's a little cotton, aren't you, Lily? So she's not a Maltese or anything like that. She's a little cotton ball. All right, Leo. Past. In the past, you had she who persists. Perspective, defiant, persistent. If I was going to label Leo as anything, I would say that you all can be very persistent. Out of all three fire signs, well, you are fixed, so you can be very persistent. You've been persistent about something in the past. You've perhaps been defiant on someone else's perspective against all odds. This reminds me, my stepdad was a Leo, and he was the most wonderful man. I loved him so much. God rest his soul. But when he got something in his mind, nothing getting it out of his mind. And that was often interesting to watch because my mom is an Aries, so two of them. But they would sort it out. She just knew. Once Bill gets in his mind, that's it. So, presently, Leo, and in the future, we'll do two more. That's too much. That is literally too much. I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing it with you, Spirit. Not playing it with Leo. I'm getting over bad cold. Don't push it or there'll be no reading at all. Right, Leo? Like, really? You have to draw the line somewhere. Okay. We did the past. Go get the present and the future for Leo in a condensed format, please. Presently, Leo. She who doubts, fear, weariness, and trust. Oh, now you're doubting. Are you doubting yourself? Are you doubting something you've been so persistent about? The future. She who frees, liberation, unrestrained freedom. It's such a curious card because there's such a tumultuous storm going on around her. Like, look at that. But she's freeing herself. It's almost like she's walking into the eye of the storm. Walking into the eye of the storm and freeing yourself. So in the future, I see you walking into something that feels, she's trying to steal the show. It feels very intense. It could change your life. It's the winds of change in a very big way. Walking right into it and freeing yourself somehow in this storm. Right now you have at the bottom, she who calms, stillness, purity, quiet. It's like the calm before the storm. You have your doubts right now. I feel like fear is making you doubt yourself or doubt a situation. Find it hard to trust. You've been very persistent in the past. Maybe so persistent and so defiant, just knowing that something would either happen for you or you knew exactly what you wanted and you would get it no matter what. But I don't know. I feel like maybe now you might be starting to doubt. And why does this drive some fear in you? Does it make you change the perspective you had in yourself and what you thought was for you? It's so curious that both of these ladies are wearing a very similar headscarf. And in the one where she's being persistent, she's got it wrapped around her, she's wearing it like... And the other one, she's pulling it off. Where she's doubting, she's starting to pull it off. You almost draped yourself around how you had a perspective about something. And it feels like nothing could change that in the past. But it kind of feels like now, right now, you're sitting in some kind of doubt. And in the future, you're getting ready to walk your ass right into a storm. If you are persistent about feeling like there's something that you need to free yourself from, and you're not sure at this point how to do it, or if it's going to happen, I do see yourself freeing yourself in the future. If that's what this persistence and doubt is about, you're looking free in the future. Liberated. Unrestrained, baby. There we go. You sit down and cross your legs. It's almost like a little nerve is pinched or not right. That's better. Let's do one more. Tarot of Positive Clarity. Past, present, and future for Leo. I haven't split the deck in a while. I just did it without thinking. All right. Story ends well. Story ends well, Leo. King of Cups is at the bottom, and that is all. So, for the past, where you had She Who Persists, and with that, oh, I should tell you the names too. It's Jocelyn. Jocelyn, I don't know if that means anything. I don't know why I was drawn to tell you. So, She Who Persists, your perspective, defiant and persistent. Page of Pentacles. Interesting little page, is he not? Looks like he should be in a Charles Dickens story. The Wheel of Fortune, we have hell below and heaven above, and you and your mind caught in between. And then we have the Hermit. This has a sense of leaving something behind. It really does have a sense of leaving something behind here. Like this Hermit is walking away. He's walking away from like a castle, a building, a town. Going on like your own journey here. Going from the Page of Pentacles, waiting to go. You've been very persistent in some sort. Gosh, it almost looks like a lifetime of work. Look at this, because you start off with a page, like very, very little. You got to learn as you go here. You're walking into something that you know very little about, struggling to make ends meet. And then here, this feels like being able to balance hell and heaven. Like being able to work through all the negative and all the positive. And then I see like almost entering as this page, this young man with very little, and then walking out with a lot, but not necessarily physically a lot, but a lot internally. Like this is a journey and a half right here. It does. Doesn't this feel like starting off as a young man, young woman, but there are men depicted in this, so I'm just going to say that. Although it gives us balance because we have the He Who deck. So very young, but negotiating a lot of different cycles. Like I feel like it almost feels like your life. Like looking at your life, the past, I don't know. I want to say the past 20 years. And isn't it funny? The Wheel is 10 and the Hermit is 9. So 19 years maybe at a page gives you 20. And you've been persistent. You have been very persistent. You have met, I really feel like you have met many, many obstacles, many difficult situations, had to go through a lot of different cycles where it felt like you were dealing with very negative energy and working your way through it and coming out positive. And literally like physically aging here. And going on the soul's journey. I'm hearing like the Fool's journey. Starting a new cycle for yourself. Perhaps you're persistent in meeting this to the end. But right now, She Who Doubts, Enid, fear, weariness, and trust. I hear Enid and I think of the Bare Naked Ladies. Enid, we never really knew each other anyway. I cannot sing right now. Yeah, Enid. It's a funny song, isn't it? It's kind of like two people that never got it together. It's kind of like what that sounds like. So I don't know why that's coming up. But Enid, from the Bare Naked Ladies. Go check out the lyrics if that means something to you. So you have the High Priestess, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. It's really odd because this is not speaking to me with Enid. Something is being hidden from you, perhaps. So you're doubting? Something's being hidden from you, so you're doubting. It feels like an exit. Like if you've aged in this past cycle that we're talking about here, well, haven't we all? I mean, I've aged, we've all aged from the time we woke up this morning. But like a legitimate aging process is taking place. And if I was just to look at going from a Page of Pentacles to the Hermit, these are both earth energy. So it's being very practical. It's the practical things that you are going to encounter in your life. It's about the things that make you feel safe and secure. How you find that for yourself. This page looks like an orphan. So perhaps having to do it on your own and pretty much being new with it. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get by. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm just going to do it. And at the end of the day, walking out with the Hermit energy. This is just like very knowing. Really learn from everything that you've had to go through with this heaven and hell energy. But the doubt, it's like something not showing up that perhaps you thought would show up at the end when you got to this Hermit card. This Hermit card. You're walking down the sidewalk and you just come across a Hermit card. Should be happening now. What's going on? Something is really being hidden from you with the High Priestess, and it's quite big. It's a brand new beginning. It's like a crowning glory with this crown sitting on this cushion, this beautiful green velvet cushion. And then we have the Ten of Cups. That's beautiful. It's like dreams coming true. You know, both these people do not look like they're both A, physically alone, and B, I want to say there's a slight upgrade with the Hermit in terms of having some sort of prosperity around him. You know, he is barefoot, but I think it's in a sort of a very humble way. His clothes are not dirty and tattered. He has a lantern and a staff. He looks well fed. They're both looking back. They're both looking back. So much that has been learned from the past. Perhaps your past has been so difficult that it's hard to imagine a positive future. I do want to say, like, maybe your past has created, you know, you're kind of weary about who you encounter and what gives. Like it's sort of got that, you're cloaked. You're a little bit cloaked. You're not, I wouldn't describe it as high vibrational Leo energy. And I'm going to say because, well, these are not high vibrational words for one thing. Doubt, fear, weariness, and trust. Well, trust can be, but trust is a big issue here. And I always talk about this, like if you're not trusting in others around you, it feels like you're not trusting yourself and how you make judgment calls for yourself in those situations. There's a real sense of needing to cloak right now. Needing to cloak. She's holding an amulet in her hand. The amulet just kind of reminds me of protection. Like it's got jewels. Looks like an emerald. And I'm thinking sort of like crystal protection. Now the next thing that you have in your hand is a handcuff. And dropping it into the ocean. This, I just want to say like this, what it feels like the High Priestess is trying to show you something. Oh. The High Priestess has been persistently trying to show you something. The High Priestess has been guiding you persistently here. They have the same. This is it. These two are the same. This is you. This is the High Priestess in the past, being very persistent to get you through a period of time here. And now the High Priestess is showing up currently, but this feels like a very different environment. Just like, that's how I would react if I was you. Like, kind of looking up over what is going on here. This is a very singular energy in the past. So perhaps taking this singular energy that you have developed in yourself and bringing that forward into something that's beautiful, that will be the new beginning for not being so singular, I would say, with like this family around and the water spouts shooting up, the angel in the background, the rainbow. It does kind of feel like too good to be true based on everything that's around, and perhaps even what Now, I was curious. I don't know if when I first was looking at the underline, I sat and I looked at this King of Cups for a hot minute, and because I was drawn to, there's two headstones at the top of the king's face, like a carving, and the waterfalls are pouring out of his mouth. And I don't know, I didn't know why I was drawn to that. I was just staring at it thinking, oh, there's a message there, but I'm not getting it. And now I'm getting it. Because in the background here, the Ten of Cups, the water spouts are pouring almost the same, but they're shooting up. Your emotions have been shot down for quite a long time. And that would make sense with the King of Cups, because his emotions are hidden. They're not shown. There's a lot of deep emotion there, but it's hidden. And it's going from up to down. It's almost like being fed by the universe. And now it's about to come explode forward. I feel like you're on the path to whatever this is, but I don't think so. So in the future, you have She Who Frees, Liberation, Unrestrained, and Freedom. Carly. Carly, girl. And this goes the Three of Swords, the Ace of Wands, woohoo, good times, and the Empress. This is so good in the future. It's beautiful. It does really look like walking away, freeing yourself perhaps from storms of the heart. Freeing yourself from storms of the heart. Allowing people to walk out of your life. Allowing yourself to walk out of people's lives. And finding freedom and inspiration in that. And so here's the thing. It feels kind of singular, this Ace of Wands, because she's dancing by herself. But then it transforms into something really beautiful. And it transforms into something that is like the highest level that I really feel like it could transform into with the Empress. And walking a completely different path. Starting out as this poor little Page of Pentacles. Maybe even your life, like starting off as a child, not having very much. And then you're going to you're going to walk into the final cycle of this lifetime as the Empress. Or the Emperor, whatever you feel comfortable with. And let's look at this fear and doubt. Fear and doubt, presently for Leo. Oh my God, so many cards. I feel like I haven't done readings for a while. My cards get so excited to talk. We have the World card. We have the Emperor. We have the Chariot, the Four of Wands, and the King of Wands. I kind of feel like you're closing off a cycle, but you're about to start a new one here. Or this is part of the fear or the doubt. I'm not getting a lot of fear. I mean, maybe if there's fear, like I'm not seeing it in any of the cards. So I feel like it's more like weariness or doubts. And doubt is the biggest phrase here, part of the biggest phrase on this card, the most prominent. So I feel like it's doubt that if you've got the Empress over here, so let's say you're showing up as an Empress energy, going to in the future, really having your stuff together. You can be Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, any given day, whatever you need to do to have success in your life and go beyond obstacles and reach monumental gains. Like that's what you can do. So very mature energy, very experienced energy, learning through your lessons and applying them every day, right? So now having, like, perhaps it's this counterpart where, which way do you go? There's, I don't know. I don't really feel like there's so much which way you go with this Chariot. Four of Wands and the King of Wands, like finding your new adventure. I feel like there's doubt in finding your new adventure. That's what this feels like. There's doubt in finding your new adventure. She's kind of gently snoring. So cute. So that's what that looks like. There's doubt in finding your new adventure. And it's a big adventure. Finding like a very counterpartish energy. Okay, come on, High Priestess. Spill some beans for us here. Spill the beans, High Priestess. Six of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Ten of Wands. I feel like there's some sort of something going on in the background. While you're busy doing what you need to do right now, giving of yourself, maybe that's with your family, work, charity, Six of Pentacles. I do feel like you're bringing in the potential to release some sort of final burden here. It's kind of like what's working in the background because we're talking about the High Priestess. Well, I can tell you what the cards say, Leo. I'm really not here to help anyone's doubt. You can doubt, you know, right? Like you have every right to doubt too, if based on perhaps where you've been in the past or what you've been through. So I feel like the universe just wants to tell you, no, there's going to be a really happy ending to your story. She who frees. Oh, how many? Six of Cups, Eight of Cups, Two of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Wow. You're cutting red ties, cutting red strings. It's like Six of Cups to Eight of Cups, like cutting old soulmate contracts, getting ready to manifest new things for yourself. So you're going to free yourself here, undoubtedly. And I feel like it could be from physical things in your life. It could be from people in your life. Emotional burdens for sure. And a new beginning, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Three of Swords. You know what? I was shuffling it and I heard, go on to another card. Don't. And Three of Swords came out. What's this Ace of Wands for you in the future? This is exciting. Kind of feels like something just for you. It's the Star and the Seven of Swords. It certainly is something just for you. Something hidden. Something that's so hidden from you, Leo. It's not even funny. Oh my gosh. There's a new beginning that's so hidden from you. It's like it's wrapped up in a present. It's like a Russian doll. Like a Russian, what are those is it not a stacking doll? Is that right? Like they stack inside each other. And inside there's this Empress energy. Like really making some sort of major accomplishment for yourself. And the Empress. I could have sworn it was a flipped card. That's weird. I was sure there was a flipped card in there. Oh, maybe that's where that went. Ooh. We're talking about like cutting a red thread here in your, like in the future with the Six of Cups and Eight of Cups. Like walking away from perhaps your youth too, walking away from things that you've learned in your youth, walking away from cycles that you've been through in your youth. So it is kind of a complete turn of tables here. And there, so we have the Death card, and this one, he's about to cut that rope. Like there's nothing left of that but this tiny little piece of thread. So as this is about to end, temperance, patience, balance in yourself, as you are led to some sort of new beginning. You have the Queen of Pentacles, probably the most, of all the queens that to me would kind of represent the Empress, because it's very earthly bound. This is a physical experience unlike any that you've had before. Yeah, especially if you're coming from this. Unlike any experience that you've had before, Leo. But right now you're kind of like, I don't believe you. It's okay. Yeah, because you have the Seven of Cups at the bottom. Like, okay, which, where, huh? So curious. And what was this one on the bottom? She who calms, stillness, purity, and quiet. See, I kind of feel like this is a bit of what you're in right now. So there isn't a shaking and a stirring going up in the future, but it has something to do with you being free. So right now it's a little bit like biding your time. And maybe until you see the storm, it will become more obvious what this new future is for you. So that's what me and Lily have for you, Leo. Thank you so much. I'm going to go do the extended. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.